to Tech Magazine. Now we're going to have an interesting tech talk with Kobe Mugenyu on Opibus.
My name is Kobe Mugenyu. Welcome to Tech Show. We have the privilege, at least today, being here at Opibus, and we have Lumbi with us. He will take us through from what they're doing, because they have a very awesome concept they're doing. They're converting some of the things, but I'm not an expert on that. I think Lumbi will take us through on that. Lumbi.
Hello, thank you for being with us. My name is Lumbi. I'm a mechatronics engineer for Opibus. Here at Opibus, we work on electric transport solutions and electric energy storage solutions. So at the moment, we are building electric vehicles, both from public transport vehicles to utility vehicles and electric motorcycles as well. So the vision of Opibus has always been to create sustainable transport solutions. And for us, that means creating electric transport solutions here in Kenya and in the East African region at large. The reason we're here is because, unfortunately, when it comes to the climate change problems that we are experiencing, the sub-Saharan Africa is the most affected, yet they contribute to the least amount of carbon pollution.
Exactly.
So it is this discrepancy that we felt doing this right here would have one of the greatest impacts that we can have. And we have a chance in a developing country to create a climate-based economy where we can build solutions that work for us as a developing country and will go into us being a developed country in future. So it's about the long-term gains, and starting from right here, we can expand to the rest of Africa as well. So at the moment, we are converting safari vehicles from internal combustion engines to electric engines. And many of our users ask us why we choose this, and it's quite obvious in our view that most vehicle imports in Kenya are used vehicle imports, and we have so many vehicles that once they reach the end of life, they get thrown in some dumpster somewhere, and there's so much that we can still gain from this vehicle. It has a proven chassis design, it has a proven comfort design, and all of this we can just take what's already existing, put in a new drivetrain, and we reduce global waste in such an effective manner. So there's no need for us to go back to the foundry and melt new metals, go back to mining to excavate new materials. All we need to do is take what's existing in the market, take already the very heavy used import market that's here in Kenya and East Africa at large, and now convert that into a new vehicle market from existing vehicle solutions.
If I may ask, how much is the cost, basically? How much is the cost from transforming from the combustion to electric? How much is the cost, and how long can it take for it to be fully complete?
Okay, that's an excellent question. At the moment, the cost of converting a Land Cruiser or a Land Rover Defender is currently at $40,000. This is more of an initial cost, as the more we push the technology, the cheaper the components become, and the more that price will continue to drop and drop and drop until it reaches a point where it's even more sustainable. When it comes to electric conversions, you get a 50% decrease in your cost of maintenance. You see, for an internal combustion engine, they literally have thousands of moving parts that are all prone to failure. When it comes to an electric vehicle, you only have one moving part, the electric motor. So it is that which creates that deficit, in which you see, yes, the initial cost of converting your vehicle from a combustion engine to electric is high, but the cost of living with an electric vehicle is so low. The only things that are left for you to maintain and replace are your tires, your brake pads, which also last longer because there's regen braking in electric vehicles. And that's basically it. From that point henceforth, you're seeing, you compare what the cost of fuel versus the cost of electricity. There's just the benefits keep adding to each other. Most of our customers live completely off grid. You're seeing camps in Masai Mara where they have solar panels and electric vehicles. they do not even know what a cost of fuel is at this point. They are not affected by it. They get to have this vehicle in which it's fully charged by solar systems through our solar storage solutions, and their vehicles get fully charged through solar energy, which is 100% green start to finish. From the production of the energy to the consumption of the energy, 100% green. And that's the goal that we're targeting for, especially here in Kenya, where most of the energy that we produce, almost, is it 70 to 80% of the energy that we produce is from renewable sources. So you're seeing that literally already we are on that path where you can go from source to consumption in 100% clean climate conditions. It doesn't take long. Actually, it takes from the moment the vehicle comes in, we do the initial inspection, see how valid it is for our products, and then it goes into the production line. The production line doesn't take 2 weeks because most of our components are components that we've already proven and are already in pre-assembled states. So we take our battery packs, we take our drivetrain, the motor controller, and just assemble it into the vehicle, and then do our own round of testing. Because the main goal is to make sure the car, as it was versus how it becomes at the end, is much better. So once we've done the initial study of the product, to the time now it's released, takes around 2 to 3 weeks.
You've mentioned you guys are doing public transport. Right now you're focused on Land Rovers, and you also have motorcycles, right? Do you have any clients apart from those listed on Land Rover, apart from the, because I believe Levers are your biggest clients, right?
Yeah.
Do you have any individual clients who come to you and convert for them those Land Rover or something like that?
Yes, we do. Actually, even in our website right now, you can start placing your pre-order for our products, and it applies throughout our entire range. Most of our customers have been partners who were working with us to test and validate our product. We were not ready to release a product out in the market that we haven't tested and proven in the roughest of terrains. That's why most of our partners were in the harshest of terrains. It could be from Isiolo all the way to Masai Mara. As difficult as the terrain is, actually the worse the terrain is, the more we want to go there and like prove that our products do work.
And let me sorry for cutting you short, and let me ask this question for my viewers. How long does it take for that vehicle to be fully charged? Then how long does it take for it to be, how long does it take, how do I put it?
The range of the vehicle.
The range of the vehicle.
Yeah.
For how many kms can it serve you after it being fully charged?
For the charging of the vehicle, there are various infrastructures that are usually there for charging. There's type 1, type 2, all the way to type 3 type of charging. All of our vehicles, majority of our vehicles, depending on how the user will customize in the website, come with a 6.6 kilowatt hour charging. So depending on the power source that you get, you can get up to 8 hours of charging of the vehicle. And when it comes to, we are trying to push towards DC fast charging, and even that will push the charging time to much lower numbers. So it is in the same breath that I'd actually say that the range is coming to around 100 kilometers, but it also depends on how a user uses the vehicle. Every user has different driving styles. There are people who are very hard on the accelerator, and there are people who are very hard on the brakes as well. So it is this balance that can push. A user can even get to 120 kilometers when another user can reach to 80 kilometers. But we are seeing approximately around 100 kilometers. We also have different configurations of batteries. You can get a 2 battery configuration, you can get a 3 battery pack configuration. And all of this depends on how the user configures their vehicle.
And if I may ask, can you take us through a little bit about the motorcycle part of it?
So our motorcycles at the moment, they are converted motorcycles, but we are working on our own in-house design to be released next year. So our in-house design will feature our own proprietary frame design, our own proprietary battery, and our own proprietary drivetrain. So this will be a fully designed, built here in Kenya. And it's one of the most exciting projects that we have at the moment. So our motorcycles will feature a swappable battery. It will be a battery where once your battery goes low, you can just remove it from the bike, take it inside your house and charge it. Or you can go to a swapping station where you can take out your used battery and put a new or fresh one. These are the technologies that we are trying to push with our motorcycles. And right now, anyone can pre-order in the website. We are currently pushing for our first beta designs to start testing and prototyping.
Wanjiru. I am an electrical engineer in the research and development department in Opibus.
Thank you. If I may ask, you know we have a big problem in terms of public transport in Kenya because of those compulsion and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I've seen you guys have come up with a very nice product. You're working on something to do with public transport. Can you tell us more about that, what you're doing and how many units are you think you'll convert, or what is the first project going to be out?
Majority of Kenyans actually use public transport, which is one of the biggest emitters of greenhouse gases here in Nairobi, because we know matatus are synonymous to noise and everything. So Opibus is currently working on a pilot project to convert a few buses to electric. So as we know, the advantages of electric vehicles is that we won't have noise pollution, we won't have greenhouse gases, to save on operational costs as well as maintenance costs. So we expect to have at least one going to production, a few in our Kenyan roads by early next year.
Can you tell us maybe when it's fully in operation, how long does it take for it to charge? And do you know our Kenya's vehicles are always on the transit? How long can it last on the road when it's fully charged?
So for our bus here, for the battery pack that we install, it can take you up to 120 kilometers on a single charge. But Opibus is also working on installing charging stations. So that's one of the challenges that EV are facing. We do not have as many charging stations, or we have none. So we'll install some called the DC fast charging stations, which means for public transport which operate between their region or their route is already specified. So we'll have charging stations at each of these points where they stop. So when they're waiting, during the downtime, when they're waiting for passengers to board, that is when they'll top up. Because it's DC fast charging, it will be so fast. In 30 minutes, you'll have your battery pack up to 80% charged.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. Another question people will ask, maybe it's how much are it going to cost per unit? Fully cost per unit.
Per unit. So yeah. For the buses, as of now, since it's a pilot project, we have not determined that as of yet, but that information will soon be out. So right now we're working on the pilot project for converting the buses to electric, and also in installing charging infrastructure in the predetermined routes that these buses will be taking. So since Opibus has been in operation since 2017, okay, and the product we started with first is the conversion of the safari utility vehicles, such as the Land Cruisers that you see behind me. So far we have done 10 of this until now. So
since 2017?
Since 2017 we have done 10, okay, which are already working in the safari camps, some in Mara, Embo, Kicheche, and so many other camps out. So the procedure for converting the EV is, when the vehicle comes in, we take out the engine and all the accessories, including also the exhaust system. And then we now map out where we'll put our batteries and the motors and our chargers. So now we take out the engine and replace this with an electric powertrain that consists of motors, batteries, chargers, and so many other electronics. And
for how long does the whole process take? Because let's say, for example, if an order is today, how long will it take me to have a fully convertible unit?
Vehicle. So with all the components here in store with us, it can take less than 2 weeks to have your vehicle converted to an all-electric.
I guess you guys have learned something out of it, because the future is renewable, so it's high time you guys, at least you get something from them. And I believe this is the right people you should pay a visit to Opibus one of these fine days. Then at least you learn one or two things. Thank you so much. See you next time.
That is all we had for our tech talk, and I hope you learned a few things from Kobe and Opibus and how they are converting from sources that are not renewable to renewable energy. I mean, it is saving us so much, and it is saving our economy and our ecosystem too, rather. Now we're going to take a commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about the Mercedes EQE on our Motor Tech session.